All right, welcome back to the deep dive. Glad to have you. Looks like you've been doing some research on electric vehicles, huh? Smart move. It's a pretty exciting time to be paying attention to all that. We've got some interesting stuff you sent over about, EV adoption trends and all that, plus some info on this Chain4Energy thing.
Right.
So we're gonna take a deep dive into all of it today. I think you'll find this pretty fascinating, especially since you're clearly interested in the future of transportation.
Yeah.
Ever wonder how we're gonna power millions of these new EVs hitting the road?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Get ready for some, I think you're going to have some aha moments today. We're going to unpack how the whole energy landscape is changing to keep up with all these new EVs.
Yeah, for sure.
It's pretty wild, right?
It really is.
I mean, the shift to EVs, it's not just hype anymore.
No, it's definitely becoming a reality. You see it everywhere.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. One of the reports you sent over shows that EVs hit, get this, 9.1% market share of new car sales in January alone. That's huge, right?
That's huge.
What's driving that kind of growth?
I mean, a few things, actually. Government incentives are definitely playing a role.
Right.
They're making EVs more affordable, for sure.
Makes sense.
Plus, we're seeing a lot more EV models available now, so, it's not just...
Yeah, we got choices.
Yeah, exactly. From sporty cars to, practical SUVs, so people have real choices.
Yeah.
And of course, you can't forget about the charging infrastructure.
Right.
That's expanding rapidly. I mean, it's becoming more and more convenient to charge your car.
So it's like a perfect storm, kind of?
Yeah, exactly. All these factors are coming together to drive this growth.
And speaking of accessibility, I mean, the used EV market is exploding too, right?
Oh, absolutely. That same report mentioned a 31% jump in used EV sales.
Wow.
And get this, almost 40% of them are priced under $25,000.
So you don't even have to buy new.
Exactly. Even if you're not looking to buy brand new, there are some great options out there.
Okay, so we've got more and more people considering an EV, which leads to the big question.
Yeah.
How are we going to power all these cars? Can the grid even handle it?
That's the million-dollar question, and it's pushing innovation like crazy.
I bet.
The grid, as it is now, it's just not ready for that kind of demand.
No way.
This is where smart charging comes in.
Okay, so what is smart charging? I mean, it sounds kind of futuristic.
So imagine this. You plug in your car at night right there, but it doesn't start charging right away. It waits until electricity demand is low, like the middle of the night.
Okay.
And then it charges, using cheaper, often cleaner energy. It can even respond to signals from the grid, like to help balance the load and prevent blackouts.
Wow. So instead of everybody plugging in at 6 p.m. when they get home from work,
Exactly.
your car's actually helping to stabilize the grid.
Exactly. It's working smarter, not harder.
That's amazing. But how does that actually work? Do I need to be like a computer whiz to manage all this?
No, not at all. Actually, it's getting much simpler. Some EVs actually come with smart charging features built in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you just tell the car when you need it fully charged by, and it figures out the best time to start charging based on, your electricity rates and grid conditions.
So it's kind of like a smart thermostat. You just set it and forget it.
Exactly. It's that easy.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
But what about the bigger picture? How do we make sure all this extra electricity is coming from, clean sources?
Yeah, that's a crucial part of it. And that's where things get really interesting. One of the companies you were curious about, Chain4Energy, they're tackling this head-on with their charger and network. Think of it like Airbnb, but for energy.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Explain that a little more.
All right, so let's say your neighbor has solar panels, and they're generating more power than they need.
Okay.
Through Chargera, they can actually sell that extra energy to you. And you can use it to charge your EV.
Oh, wow.
It's peer-to-peer energy trading, powered by a decentralized network.
So instead of relying solely on big power plants, we can create a more localized and sustainable energy ecosystem.
Exactly.
That's game changing.
It really is. And that's what's so exciting about companies like Chain4Energy. They're not just providing charging solutions, they're reimagining the whole relationship between energy production, consumption, and you. It's about giving you, the consumer, more control and making the grid more resilient.
Wow. This is some seriously cool stuff. So for you listening, think about this. In this electrified future, you could be powering your EV with clean energy sourced right from your community. How awesome is that?
It's incredible, and it goes even further. Imagine a world where your EV could actually send power back to the grid during peak hours.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, helping to stabilize it and maybe even earn you some money. That's what we call vehicle-to-grid technology.
All right.
And it's already being piloted in some places.
That's incredible. It feels like we're on the cusp of a real energy revolution, and you can be part of it. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the electrifying world of EVs and energy. We'll see you next time.